In 1993, the anthology Nightmares and Dreamscapes, here in Germany divided as Nightmares and Abyss, appeared with 24 short stories by Stephen King. Some of them already published in US magazines. Half of them have already been filmed, among others in the same-name TV series from 2006. This also includes the excellent Battleground adaptation from Night Shift, See the Same-Name Special, and 2 from the 2002 anthology Everything's Eventual, with 14 short stories. Of these, only the following 4 have been adapted to date. For Riding the Bullet and Chattery Teeth, see the Mick Garris vs. Stephen King special Sleepwalkers. The road virus moves north, here confusingly titled In the Cabinet of Death from the TV series Nightmares and Dreamscapes, is about a mysterious painting. Its motif apparently changes constantly, and so the writer who has acquired it believes it has something to do with him. He suffers, in contrast to the much more interesting original, from the constant fear of being terminally ill, and gets here on top a possible cancer diagnosis, which of course changes his motivation and the whole story considerably. The episode is a waste of time. In the much better Autopsy Room 4 from the same series lies a seemingly dead man who remembers how he got there. After a snakebite on the golf course, he is mistaken for dead, but is actually paralyzed while the autopsy starts. In Michael Hellström's 2007 horror movie 1408, here in Germany as Room 1408, a famous author about paranormal phenomena ignores all warnings of a hotel director and insists on a night in the dreaded Room 1408. There he finds out that it is really haunted, but by then it's already too late. The passable movie made its $25 million budget more than 5 times worldwide back and sticks rather loosely to the book. It constructs a frame story with a dead daughter, dead father and ex-wife that is completely missing from the original short. This also applies to the introductory sequence. King's story begins directly with a conversation with the hotel manager. In the original ending, the author survives, much like in the book, while in the director's cut, which is stretched by 12 completely unnecessary minutes and in my view much weaker as a result, he dies and remains in the hotel as a ghost. In Sorry, Right Number from 1987's Tales from the Dark Side, a woman receives one night a strange phone call with a familiar voice that suddenly cuts off. She then calls every relative she can think of, but they all seem to be safe. In the evening, she discovers that her husband has died of a heart attack. On the 5th anniversary of his death, she finally finds out the truth behind the mysterious call. She had somehow called herself from the future. Lame episode based on a lame story. A quiz show fan wages a lonely battle against the moving finger from the 1991 sequel series Monsters, which grows out of his sink and keeps getting longer. The relatively faithful adaptation adds another scene to the final. Indeed, the original story ends with the policeman opening the lid. In Mark Pavia's 1997 TV production The Night Flyer, based on the same-named short story, cynical sensationalist reporter Richard Dees, sensing the story of a lifetime, is put on a series of mysterious and bloody murders. It's about a killer acting like a vampire, the Night Flyer, who uses his plane to visit small remote airports and leaves behind many murder victims. At the end of his investigation, he comes face to face to the satanic spawn and realizes that he probably made a fatal mistake. The plot of this fairly solid horror movie with some cult status and a remarkable Miguel Ferrer as lead stays relatively close to the short story. The only exception is the addition of the aspiring young journalist Catherine Blair, who does not appear in the book, and also a slightly different extended ending. In the original, he doesn't see the face of the killer and there is no physical final battle. Dees doesn't drink blood, doesn't have any resulting visions, and is simply arrested as the sole survivor at the final crime scene, not shot. The story also contains some allusions and references to other Stephen King works. The character of Catherine was actually supposed to play a larger role in a sequel, working title Fear of Flying in the mid-2000s, but that came never into production due to the lack of funding. In Home Delivery, a woman in a world where zombies have taken over must deliver her child and fights her undead husband. Unfortunately, except for a trailer, nothing else could be found of the 11-minute animated short from 2005. In the 2006 8-part TV series Nightmares and Dreamscapes, 5 episodes are based on the same-named original. Crouch End is the name of a London neighborhood where an American couple, the husband wants to attend a business meeting there, gets lost during their honeymoon. They encounter a strange dimension in which the man disappears. The wife tells the story at a police station in flashbacks. The completely uninteresting and cheaply staged episode divides greatly from the original. Some important characters are missing, and it is implied that the man was probably reborn as a disfigured cat, whatever.
I want you, girl, tonight.
Umni's Last Case is the story about an author who, due to personal problems, his son dies in an accident, wants to change from his world to Umni's 1930s world, and now rewrites the story for his needs, whereby he banishes Umni to the real world. The entertaining adaptation sticks only vaguely to the original. In which the woman commits suicide at the beginning, after the illness death of her son, where here she does so only at the end when she is rejected by the novel character.
You gotta believe there is something inside of me.
In the extremely faithful adaptation The End of the Whole Mess, a child prodigy invents a drug that can reduce aggression in every living being and finds a way through a volcanic eruption to vaccinate the entire human race with it. Although a fake pandemic would have also worked, as we know, at least since the worldwide corona scam to reduce and enslave humanity, among other things with poison injections falsely declared as vaccinations by our philanthropists/serial killers like Kill Bill and Peltz, and their state-funded terror organizations like WHO and Co. For more information on Fascism 2.0 and the New World Order since March 2020, just look out of the window or the COVID-1984 videos.
I wanna show you
best on currently still relatively uncensored platforms like my Telegram, BitChute or Odysee channels, which are also called the Lone Wolf Cub or in the original German version Der Japango. Similar to us, after a while in the story 3 years, the vaccination side effects set in, and all people, also the narrator/brother from the humanity benefactor, become faster and faster, more and more stupid and die of dementia.
I just wanna be your man. I know it's hard to see how I feel this way.
The fifth quarter is in the original another fifth person who tries to steal the 4 pieces of a treasure map from 4 men after the robbery and hiding the loot. The so-called adaptation, among other things, transforms the ruthless lunar protagonist into a caring father with a family and uses only the basic idea and some elements, but has a completely different story as the original, adds new main characters like the woman and a completely different ending.
And if you see the sun in my eyes, it should be no surprise.
In the extremely faithful adaptation, you know they got a hell of a band, a couple goes off the road and ends up in rock and roll heaven, a small town where deceased rock stars live a ghostly life. They are to become an eternal audience, like many other involuntarily stranded people. There is also a slightly longer dream sequence at the beginning and a melting CD, which do not appear in the book.
The love I have inside of me, I wanna give it all to you, girl. And if you give me a chance, I just wanna be your man.
The psycho-thriller Dolan's Cadillac is about the vendetta of a teacher, Mr. Robinson, against the underworld boss Dolan, because he had his wife, an unwelcome witness, killed with a car bomb. Driven by the voice of the deceased, he plans his revenge for 7 years in every little detail, luring him to a construction site into a trap and burying the villain along with his armored car. Jeff Beasley's 2009 direct-to-video garbage shortens the time period to 1 year and wastes the first half of the movie spinning a completely unnecessary backstory, in which Dolan acts as a human trafficker to make him seem even more evil, in which the police are useless and racist, in which the teacher couple are also in an FBI witness protection program for months, and the wife presumably pregnant, and so on. And more totally unnecessary crap. Dolan is constantly shown doing his shady business and also mocking the widower by someone who clearly had no clue what the slow-paced, interesting original story was really about.
If you see the sun in my eyes, it should be no surprise. It's the light of love inside of me.
In rainy season, an immigrant couple ignores warnings from the locals that it rains toads there every 7 years, which they should be wary of since now it's that time again, and pay for it with their lives, as the toad messes flow through a yielding basement hatch into their home. A German short film was made in 2019, which adds for no reasons some kids with toad mess doing nothing and moves the action to Germany, but confusingly uses the English names from the story. There is also, I guess for cost reasons, no toad flood as in the original, but it is implied that the man possessed after a toad bite kills the woman, whatever.